Hello friends, welcome to yet another video of Political Science Plus One for English medium students. And today's topic is the relationship between political science and sociology. Sociology is the science of society, and as we know that society is the oldest institutions. Family, then society, right? Then tribes. This is how it developed. So society is the oldest institution, and so we are going to study about the relationship between political science and sociology. Let's proceed. This is me, MD Alam, and about me. Introduction of the topic. Man is a social animal. Living in society, he does so many activities which are social, economical, political, religious, moral, ethical, cultural, psychological, etc. And political science deals with the political activities, political behaviors of man's life, whereas other social sciences deal with the other activities, aspects, or behavior of man's life. For example, if we talk about history, history deals with the past activities of the man. Sociology deals with the social activities of man, that includes everything, all aspects of life, social, religious, political, economic, ethical, religious, all. Economic deals with the economic activities of man, ethics with moral activities, and psychology with the psychological activities of man. But all activities or behavior of men are not studied in isolation. Isolation means separately. It cannot be studied separately. So, because all these subjects are interrelated, and as man as a social being is involved in it, so they cannot be studied in isolation. So these subjects are dependent on one another. For fully comprehension, fully understanding of man's activities, these subjects are dependent on one another, and all social sciences have one relation or the other relation with other social sciences, right? Here we will study the relations of political science with sociology today, and we have already done history, economics, right? So let's check out this political science and sociology, right? Political science and sociology relationship. Man is a social animal. Society is the oldest institution formed by man. Sab to purana institution hai society, and he lives in society and does many activities, right? We as a member of society do so many activities. We are student, we are teacher, we are plumber, we are mason, we are doctor, we are engineer, we are professors, we are religious persons, we are economic persons, right? We are political persons. So all these activities do. So those activities can be social, economical, political, religious, moral, ethical, cultural, psychological. Therefore we can say that sociology deals with all activities of man. He does as a social being. So sociology as deals with all activities of man, so we can call sociology mother science of all social science, because it includes all the activities of man. It includes study of origin and evolution, organizations and objectives, nature of society, which contains everything, all the activities, right? Whereas political science deals with only political activities or behavior of man's life. It is also an activity of social being, right? Man as a social being does one activity, that is political, other economic, other religious, other cultural. So political activity is one of the activities that man does as a social being. So there is close relationship between the two. Between the two means between political science and sociology. Here we'll see French scholar Auguste Comte. He developed sociology as an independent subject only in 1839. Before that, sociology was not independent subject. Auguste Comte, French scholar, is known as father of sociology also, right? So though it became an independent subject just recently, right, we see that it is the oldest subject though. According to Professor Gilchrist, sociology is science of society. According to Maclver, society is the web of social relationship, and sociology is subject which deals with the study of the society. It is web of social relations. Society is web of social relationship. So many relationship it has, as I told you already. Economic relationship, political, social, all. Right? So it is web of social relationship, and sociology is the subject which deals with the study of society, where all the activities take place. Contribution of political science to sociology. Political science provides knowledge about the state. We live in society. Society is part of state. State. What is state? What are the aims and objectives of the state? What are the relationship between the state and the individual? So all these things we study about the state. So this is the contribution of political science. It provides knowledge about the state to society. State makes rules to end social evils. Another contribution of political science is it makes rules and regulation. It has the coercive power. It has authority to implement and punish the people. So it makes rules to end social evils. If you talk about social evils, we had Sati system, human sacrifice, dowry system, untouchability, etc. For these, state has made rules, and accordingly things have changed. Next, state makes rules to regulate social organizations also. Whatever social organizations we have, political organization, economic organization, pressure groups, all those organizations are being regulated by the state's rules. So many kinds of social organization operate in our society, and for that, who makes rule? It is the state that makes rules. So that was the contribution of political science to sociology. Now, contribution of sociology to political science. What sociology has contributed to political science? Society is the oldest organization, and state has originated out of it. From where state has come? It has come from state. Earlier, there were no distinction made between state and society, and still we see that we cannot distinguish what is state and what is society. Both are intertwined, in fact. So society is the oldest organization, and out of its state has originated, and it has become part of society, and society has become part of it. So first family originated, then society, and from that society small states originated, then today's nation state originated. Right? Moving to the next point, sociology provides more facts to the material to political science. Whatever the facts is added to the political science, where from it is gotten from society. Sociology has widened the scope of political science. This way, sociology has widened the scope of political science. Earlier, what was there? There were no such terms, for example, socialization, political culture, right? Political socialization. These were not studied. These were not the terms. Now sociology has added all this into the scope of political science, and political science has become much wider. Next is social condition of the people influence the working of political organizations. If you talk about the social conditions of man, if they are socially better in conditions, right? So the political organizations work in a better way. The working of political organization is far better in developed countries. If you talk about Western countries, in those countries, political organization are better, and in comparison to underdeveloped countries, where there are so many social problems. So differences can be clearly seen in developed and underdeveloped societies. Next point is social norms, customs, traditions have great influence on the laws of the state. Whatever laws are formed, it doesn't ignore the social customs, traditions, right? And if the laws ignore those social customs and traditions, they do not become popular among the people, among the masses. So the laws which are not in accordance to the customs of society do not become popular, right? So social norms and customs and traditions have great influence on the laws of the state. Sociology is helpful in understanding political ideologies. because all ideologies are the product of social, economic, and political condition of the time. So it origins. All ideologies originate due to the condition of the time. What kind of condition? Social condition, economic condition, and political condition of the time. Right? So sociology is helpful in understanding political ideologies too. Difference between political science and sociology. Wide differences. There is wide difference between the subject matter of political science and sociology. If we talk about sociology, it includes everything in it. Whatever the social activity, whatever the activities is done in the society, man as being social being does in the society, all the activities are dealt here, right? It deals with the origin, nature, and organizations, functions, and mutual relationship between individual and the society, whereas political activities deal with the political science deal with the political activities and behavior only. Difference in the origin of the both. Political science originated due to the political consciousness among the people, whereas sociology is mother science of all sciences, and it is the oldest social science. Sociology has much wider scope than the scope of political science. Difference in the scope of both, we can see that, right? Sociology makes study of organized and unorganized, legal human organization, whereas political science is concerned only with the study of politically organized association and those behavior which anyway influence the working of politics and political science, study of political science, right? Sociology deals with all kinds of relations, whereas political science deals with legal and political behavior of man only. And now sociology is explanatory, whereas political science is normative. Sociology is explanatory, whatever is happening there in this society, it explains. But political science is normative. It talks about what it should be, what kind of state should be in the coming time, how state should behave, and what it should be. So sociology explanatory, whereas political science is normative. So they have difference in approach also. Sociology deals with all kinds of actions of man, whereas political science deals with only conscious actions of man. Means sociology deals with conscious as well as unconscious actions of the man, and political science deals with only conscious actions of man. Conclusion: both subjects deal with the activities of man. Total separation of social and political aspects not possible, because both are intertwined, and the state and society cannot be separated. They are inseparable, and membership of both is essential for man. One cannot be member of one only, because society and state are intertwined, and we cannot separate both, right? Hopefully you got it. Gardner says the political scientist ought to be at the same time a sociologist and vice versa. Means political scientists have to be sociologists also, and sociologists have to be political scientists also. Hopefully this is clear. Thank you, best of luck, do share, take care, bye bye.